Kara Frederick, Director of the Heritage Foundation Tech Policy Center, joins me now. Lots to talk about here, Kara. I guess let's begin with, will these new features actually do anything to help children's safety? They sound good, but in reality, I'm not sure how effective. How about you?
Ashley, you're exactly right. This is the bare minimum. I was assessing this and I saw this is like putting a Band-Aid on a sucking chest wound and expecting all of us to applaud. We know based off what Kelly said, based off what Bernita said, and surveys that studies like the Institute of Family Studies have done, 77% of parents want parental controls given to them by these platforms. I think this is just a sop to the parents, a sop to what these companies know everyone is clamoring for, and a sop to Congress as well. No less than 4 bills, pieces of legislation, have been introduced or reintroduced in the 118th Congress that are aimed at exactly this, holding tech companies accountable for what they're doing to children. I think they're running scared, but this is the bare minimum that they can possibly conduct.
You know, and it makes me laugh. You get a nudge to take a break. What teen is going to pay any attention to that? They're not paying attention to their parents to put the phone down, so they're not going to pay attention to a nudge. So the question becomes, and as Kelly pointed out in that report, you know, it's a balance between safety and autonomy, and I'm not sure how you do that.
Yeah, and the tech companies, they have the technology to do this. They have things like privacy-preserving technologies that can work towards some of these technical solutions as well. They do have the capabilities. I think the problem here is that the verdict is in. This is particularly rich in coming from Meta, who has its own studies revealed, its own internal research that said things like 6% of American teens who'd considered suicide traced that ideation directly back to the platform. You have a UNC study come out recently that basically said social media is rewiring the brains of children as young as 12 years old. So the companies know how to confront this. It's not an easy task, but they can do it, yet they are not. In fact, they're pushing full steam ahead to design teams and products that attract younger and younger users. This is a problem. They're flying in the face of all of these legislative efforts, but I think they know that their time is getting short.
All right, let's change subjects quickly, Kara. A report by the House Weaponization Subcommittee found that the administration colluded with big tech to censor Americans directly ahead of the 2020 election and during the 2022 midterms. I mean, are we surprised? Probably not. But will anything come of this, do you think?
You know, they've gotten away with this again and again and again. We knew that these facts were out in the open when the state attorneys general of Missouri and Louisiana brought the case initially. They had the facts. You have people like Twitter personalities, Alex Berenson, saying that he was directly censored. This has happened at the state level with the release of the Twitter files. We know that this is true. Almost 100 FBI agents designed there to police the speech of Americans. We know that this is happening. They haven't faced any consequences yet. Again, I think some of the pieces of legislation in Congress right now, the Collude Act by Senator Schmidt, who was the AG of Missouri, those things are important. So tech companies, they should be on notice, but unfortunately, nothing's happened to them. Nothing's happened to Joe Biden and the Biden campaign for this collusion. I think it's time to change, however. Let's get some energy on the Hill behind it.
That's a good place to finish right there. Kara, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right.